Tired of the same old Monday morning blues? Well, what if I told you that there's a secret weapon, a superpower you already possess that can transform your entire week, your entire life? It's not about chasing the next big thing. It's about appreciating the amazing things that you already have. That's right. You've landed in Gratitude City. I'm your guide, Abraham, the founder of Kaboomski Studios and Gratitude City, and a curious explorer of pretty much everything under the sun. Think of me as the lovechild of a philosophical debate between Plato and Jim Carrey, directed by Quentin Tarantino, with motivational speeches by The Rock sprinkled in for good measure. And let me tell you, after navigating a few internet explosions of my own, leaving me feeling like I'd been dropped into a philosophical escape room designed by Descartes, I discovered a simple truth. Gratitude isn't just a nice idea. It's a freaking cheat code for life. We're not here for polite thank yous. We're here to explore the raw, unfiltered power of gratitude. To make you happier, healthier, and even down to your heart rate and blood flow, and ultimately to help you build a life that doesn't just exist, it absolutely thrives. Ever felt like you're surrounded by ingratitude, that things just aren't going your way? Trust me, I've been there. But what if you could flip that switch? What if you could find the hidden gems, even in the toughest moments? That's what we're diving into right here at Gratitude City. We're not just talking about theory, we're talking about real, actionable steps you can take right now to cultivate gratitude and watch your life transform. So if you're ready to inject some serious joy, resilience, and maybe even a little bit of that Kaboomski magic into your week, you're in the right place. Let's get grateful. Now, before we dive any deeper, a quick heads up from your friendly neighborhood curator of awesome. We have to say this. I'm not responsible for, shall we say, unconventional things you might do after listening to this podcast. If you've got a serious issue, talk to a doctor, a therapist, a trusted advisor. You know the drill. This is all about entertainment and education, sparking some ideas, but it's definitely not medical advice, okay? Cool. Let's get back to the good stuff. So you might be thinking, okay, Abraham, gratitude sounds great and all, but what's the big deal if I'm not exactly doing cartwheels of thankfulness every 5 minutes? Well, let's take a peek into the life of someone we'll call, let's go with Alex. Alex is a go-getter, works hard, climbs the corporate ladder, seems to have it all on the surface. But if you could peek inside Alex's mental pinball machine, you'd see a whole lot of not enough bouncing around. Alex wakes up on Monday morning, hits snooze 3 times, and the first thought that rockets through his brain isn't about the possibilities of the day, but about that looming deadline. Their boss dropped on them Friday afternoon. The comfortable bed? Just a necessity. The hot shower? Expected. The coffee brewing in the kitchen? Barely registers as anything other than fuel to get through the day. At work, Alex is laser focused on results, which isn't a bad thing, right? But when a colleague offers a hand with a project, Alex's inner monologue is more likely to be, why didn't they offer sooner? I could have been halfway done by now. When the boss gives a nod of approval for a presentation, Alex immediately starts dissecting what could have been even better, completely missing the appreciation in the feedback. This constant striving without acknowledging the wins, big or small, creates a subtle but persistent friction with their team. Collaboration feels less like a shared victory and more like a series of hurdles to overcome. And it doesn't stop when Alex clocks out. He comes home to a partner who's been looking forward to sharing their day. But instead of connecting and appreciating the comfort of their relationship, Alex might be more focused on the overflowing laundry basket or the fact that dinner isn't exactly what they were craving. Small gestures of love and support from their partner often go unnoticed or feel, well, expected. The warmth that once drew them together slowly starts to cool, replaced by a subtle undercurrent of feeling unappreciated. Even those closest to Alex, like their kids or their best friends, can feel this lack of consistent gratitude. When a child proudly shows off a school project, Alex might offer a distracted, "That's nice," while simultaneously checking their phone. When a friend calls to share good news, Alex might quickly pivot the conversation back to their own concerns. Over time, these small moments of missed appreciation can create distance and even hurt feelings. People around Alex might start to feel like their efforts and their very presence are being taken for granted. As the week progresses, Sarah's internal state worsens. They feel increasingly stressed and overwhelmed. The small joys that life offers, a beautiful sunset, a funny joke, a moment of connection, pass them unnoticed. Their focus is always on what's wrong, what's missing, what's not good enough. This constant negativity takes a toll on their mental and even physical health. They might experience increased anxiety, difficulty sleeping, or even physical ailments stemming from chronic stress. By the time that Sunday rolls around, Alex's companion is not only stressed, but Alex feels exhausted and unfulfilled despite having a life that many would envy. The cycle continues week after week, month after month. Alex's lack of gratitude has created a subtle but powerful force field of negativity around themselves, impacting their relationships, their work, their well-being, and ultimately overall happiness. They're trapped in a loop of wanting more, feeling dissatisfied, and failing to recognize the abundance that always surrounds them. You know, listening to Alex's story might feel a little like looking into a mirror for some of us, myself included. As former web design leader, SEO champion, founder of Kaboomski Studios and Gratitude City, and a curious explorer of pretty much everything under the sun, I've had my fair share of Alex moments, especially during those wild roller coaster rides of entrepreneurship. There I was, building Kaboomski Studios, feeling like a modern-day Da Vinci of the digital world, crafting global websites with the precision of Descartes and the creative magnificence of, well, me. We saw successes, real wins, that felt like a philosophical breakthrough worthy of Plato himself. But then, bam, like a plot twist straight out of a Tarantino flick, the internet gremlins attacked. Cyber chaos ensued. It felt like my digital empire had been hit by a rogue asteroid, leaving me financially. Let's just say I became intimately familiar with the concept of ramen noodles. The stress. Oh, it was epic. My focus, usually sharp enough to dissect a philosophical argument with laser precision, was scattered like Jim Carrey in a room full of rubber chickens. Sleep? What sleep? Joy felt like a distant memory, filed away somewhere between my collection of vintage synthesizers and my notes on the optimal font pairings for the maximum user experience. Even if I was an optimist, I would imagine 10 years from now, I'll truly be happy. Maybe even longer, after going down this rabbit hole. I remember thinking, this isn't fair. It took years to build what I had built, and to get where I got, and to lose it instantly. I built something great. These internet trolls came out of nowhere. There's a whole lot of why me echoing in my mental sound booth, that's for sure. It felt like the universe was playing a cosmic joke. A cosmic joke, and I wasn't laughing. Not even a Conan O'Brien chuckle. It's been hard, that's for sure. Still got a long ways to go, but we have this community now, and that feeling of responsibility is blooming me into a whole new person. I really appreciate you guys. Back to the story. But then, in the midst of this existential spaghetti of stress and frustration, a little light flickered. It was the idea of gratitude. Admittedly, this is years down the line. Something I'd explored in my various curations of information, from ancient Stoicism to modern positive psychology. It wasn't a sudden revelation, more like a slow-motion scene in a Dwayne Johnson action movie where the hero finally sees the path to victory. I started small. I began by appreciating the fact that I still had my health, mostly. After a broken back and a lot of things that I've overcome, I feel pretty normal somehow. I was grateful for my family, even if they were giving me those, "Are you okay, buddy?" looks. Still, even right now, you know, the size of the community I built is not something that impresses my parents. So, you know, once they see someone tell them that I've saved their life or something, I suppose maybe they'll be proud. I was thankful for the skills I had, the ability to build things, even if the digital landscape felt a bit like a post-apocalyptic wasteland. At that moment, this wasn't about ignoring the challenges. It was about acknowledging the good that still existed. It was like applying a Tarantino-esque non-linear narrative to my own life. Jumping back to those moments of success and savoring them again. The ones I could remember after all the stress. It was about using the analytical mind of Descartes to break down the problem, not just the negativity. And you know what happened? That small spark of gratitude started to fan. That small spark of gratitude started to fan into a flame. My focus began to return, not with the frantic energy of a cornered animal, but with the calm determination of a chess master. Maybe a chess master who occasionally makes goofy faces like Jim Carrey, but still some kind of master. I started appreciating the small wins again. A productive hour of coding, a supportive message from a friend, a decent cup of tea. It was like rediscovering the beauty in a single brushstroke after staring at a blank canvas for too long, channeling my inner artist. And here's where it gets a little, dare I say, mind-blowing. Like something straight out of a philosophical thought experiment. As I consciously focused on gratitude, the world around me started to shift. Opportunities began to appear, connections deepened, and that creative spark, that Da Vinci-esque desire to build and innovate, reignited with a whole new force, a whole new level. The level of force discovered through the power of gratitude. After realizing there was clinical evidence on the science of gratitude, I thought about all of my experience as a full-stack developer who had built a world-famous website that helped hundreds of thousands of people learn to build their own websites. As young as 17 years old, that's when I started. And people from 136 countries were learning from me as a teenager. A lot of them being adults were learning how to build websites for themselves, for their business, or their next bright idea. They're becoming successful entrepreneurs because I was becoming a successful entrepreneur. And while I was learning how to build websites, I was teaching other people. And so I succeeded at making money, not even while I was a professional. I succeeded at making money while I was becoming a professional and sharing my insights with the rest of the world. You know, this was at the dawn of Yahoo and Google. And as I was starting to discover the science of gratitude, I realized that for me, this could be the next Kaboomski. What better spin to put on my own failure than to admit that gratitude can help me focus and get beyond step 1, 2, and 3. The basics of my simple obstacles, because even if I'm depressed or don't think I can make it, just practicing gratitude and taking action steps day by day has brought me from an invisible idea back to a global audience. So, you see, this isn't just some abstract concept. This is real, tangible stuff that can have a profound impact on your life, just like it has on mine. From feeling like I was staring into the abyss to building a community of over 100,000 incredible people at Gratitude City and beyond. Gratitude has been the ultimate comeback story. Maybe not with the explosions and car chases like a Tarantino film, but definitely with a satisfying and inspiring resolution. Now, let's pull back the curtain a bit and explore why gratitude has such a profound impact on us. As a curator of information spanning over 256 subjects, I've delved into the science and philosophy behind this powerful emotion, and it's truly fascinating. From a neurological perspective, practicing gratitude is like giving your brain a shot of happy juice. Studies have shown that when we consciously focus on things we're thankful for, it triggers the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These are the very chemicals associated with pleasure, reward, and overall well-being. It's like a natural, internal happiness booster. A happiness booster. No prescription needed. Just think a happy thought. Be grateful. Furthermore, regular gratitude practice can actually help to rewire your brain, shifting your default setting away away from that pesky negativity bias, our tendency to focus more on threats and problems, and towards a more positive and optimistic outlook. Think of it as retraining your mental spotlight to focus on the good stuff. Psychologically, gratitude plays a crucial role in fostering what's known as an abundance mindset. When we're constantly focused on what we lack, we operate from a place of scarcity, which can lead to feelings of anxiety, competition, and dissatisfaction. Gratitude flips this on its head by intentionally appreciating what we already have. We recognize the abundance in our lives, whether it's our relationships, our health, our opportunities, or even the simple joys of everyday life. This shift from scarcity to abundance can be incredibly liberating, reducing feelings of envy and increasing our overall sense of contentment. It's like realizing you're already sitting on a treasure chest. You just needed to open your eyes to see it. And if we delve into the philosophical underpinnings of gratitude, we find wisdom echoing through the ages. Ancient Stoics like Seneca emphasized the importance of appreciating what we have, as it makes us less vulnerable to the whims of fortune. They saw gratitude not just as a pleasant emotion, but as a virtue, a key to living a good and fulfilling life. Modern positive psychology, building on these ancient foundations, has extensively researched the benefits of gratitude for mental health and overall flourishing. Personally, in my own journey, especially during those challenging times, I often found myself drawing wisdom from figures like Descartes, who championed the power of clear and distinct thinking. Gratitude, in a way, brings that clarity to our perception, allowing us to see the good amidst the chaos. And like Plato, who explored the concept of the good, gratitude helps us to recognize and appreciate the goodness that exists in the world and in our own lives. It's about consciously choosing to see the beauty and value that surrounds us, much like an artist, such as myself, chooses to focus on the beauty in a scene. So, you see, this isn't just some abstract concept. This is real, tangible stuff that can have a profound impact on your life, just like it has on mine. From feeling like I was staring into the abyss to building a community of over 100,000 incredible people at Gratitude City and beyond. Gratitude has been the ultimate comeback story. I guess it was just kind of a quick summary. It looks like everything is pretty good overall with the podcast. Thank you for your patience here with me. This will be the start of the series. Alright, so you're resonating with the idea that a little more gratitude could be the secret sauce you've been missing. Well, how do we actually do this gratitude thing? It's not like flipping a switch, although wouldn't that be awesome? Imagine a gratitude on-off button right next to the snooze button. Unnamed, by the way. But in the meantime, here are some practical step-by-step ways to start flexing that gratitude muscle, turning that not enough mindset into an already have so much perspective. The Gratitude Journal, your daily dose of awesome recognition. Think of this as your personal highlight reel of life. Grab a notebook or use an app, whatever works for you. We've got some tools coming out that you can utilize. Every day, aim to jot down 3 to 5 things you're genuinely grateful for. Now, don't just write coffee, dig a little deeper. Maybe it's the warmth of that first sip on a chilly morning. Maybe it's the way it helps you feel laser focused like Descartes on a particularly tricky philosophical problem. Maybe it's just the sheer miracle of a being that can make you feel like you can conquer the world. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson style. The key is to be specific and really feel the appreciation. Hour of pause. Micro moments of thankfulness. You don't need a full-blown meditation retreat to cultivate gratitude. Sprinkle it throughout your day like confetti at a Jim Carrey movie premiere. When you're walking, notice the feel of the sun on your skin. When you're talking to a friend, really listen and appreciate their presence. When you bite into that delicious sandwich, savor the flavors. These micro moments of mindful appreciation can add up to a significant shift in your overall outlook. It's like those quick, witty one-liners Conan O'Brien throws out. Small, but they pack a punch. Definitely too many Conan O'Brien references in this, but Gemini knows that he's one of my favorite characters. Number 3, express it out loud. Unleash your inner thank you machine. Don't keep all the gratitude bottled up inside a secret Tarantino plot twist. Tell people you appreciate them. Thank your barista for that perfect latte. Let your partner know how much their support means to you. Send a quick text to a friend just to say you're grateful for their friendship. Expressing your gratitude not only makes the other person feel good, but also reinforces your own feelings of thankfulness. It's a win-win, folks. Number 4, the 3 good things exercise. End your day on a high note. Before you drift off to sleep, take a few minutes to recall 3 good things that happened during your day. They don't have to be monumental events. Maybe you had a good conversation. Maybe you accomplished a small task. Maybe you just saw a really cute dog. Focusing on the positive before sleep helps to train your brain to look for the good in your life, setting you up for a more positive tomorrow. Think of it as your nightly gratitude debrief, analyzing the day's wins with the strategic mind of a military general. Or maybe just a slightly less intense version of that. Next, reframe the challenges. Find the hidden lessons. This one takes a little practice, but it's powerful. When you encounter a setback or a frustrating situation, try to find something to be grateful for within it. Maybe a challenge taught you resilience. Maybe a mistake offered a valuable learning opportunity. Even if in the darkest moments, there's often a tiny glimmer. Even in the darkest moments, there's often a tiny glimmer of something to appreciate. It's like dissecting a complex philosophical problem. Even if it's frustrating, the process itself can lead to profound insight. Gratitude walks. Step into thankfulness. Combine the benefits of nature and movement with gratitude. Take a walk and intentionally notice the beauty around you. The trees, the sky, the sounds of nature. Allow yourself to feel grateful for the simple act of being able to move and experience the world. It's a great way to clear your head and connect with a sense of awe and appreciation. Now to inject a little more Monday night magic and a whole lot of perspective into our gratitude journey, let's bring back the one and only Dr. Chuckleberry Good Times.
Howdy, Abraham, and hello to all you magnificent Monday night marvels. Yes, it might be the end of the day for some, but hey, if you're still awake and turning in, you're already showing gratitude for your own well-being. The weekend's a distant memory, the coffee's barely a whisper in your system, and that to-do list might still be taunting you from the counter, looking longer than a philosophical treaty by, well, you know who. But fear not, my friends, because even on a Monday night, gratitude is prime real estate. Think about it. You made it through another Monday. That's a victory in itself. And if you're listening to this, you're taking time for yourself, seeking ways to improve. That's absolutely something to be grateful for. Maybe you're thankful for that comfy couch you're sinking into right now. Maybe you're grateful for the quiet moment you finally have to yourself. Maybe you're even thankful for the fact you have access to amazing podcasts like this one. Just saying. Monday night is also a fantastic time to be grateful for the lessons you learned today. Did you navigate a tricky situation at work? Did you have a meaningful conversation with a loved one? Did you simply manage to put on matching socks? These are all wins, big and small. Be grateful for your efforts, your resilience, and the fact that you're one step closer to the end of the week. We can acknowledge that these gratitude practices tonight will set you up for an even better Tuesday. The benefits of gratitude don't punch a time clock, folks. They're ready to work for you whenever you are. So this Monday night, let's not dwell on what didn't get done. Let's take a moment to appreciate what we did accomplish and the simple comforts we have right now. Let's be grateful for the chance to learn, to reflect, and to cultivate a little more peace before we drift off to dreamland. Remember, even the most restful nights are built on a foundation of gratitude for the day that was. Now, go get some rest, you gratitude gurus.
Thank you, Dr. Chuckleberry, for that perfect dose of Monday night wisdom and gratitude goodness. As we wrap up our time in Gratitude City today, remember that cultivating gratitude is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, celebrate the small wins, and keep practicing. The more you focus on what you have to be thankful for, the more you'll find to appreciate, and the richer and more fulfilling your life will become. Be sure to connect with our incredible community on Reddit at reddit.com/r/gratitude to share your experiences and learn from others. For more resources, including past episodes and ways to get involved in Gratitude City, visit our website at www.gratitude.city. Kind of like .com, but www.gratitude.city. And don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for a regular dose of gratitude inspiration delivered right to your inbox. A quick but important reminder: the information shared on the Gratitude City podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical or psychological advice. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical or psychological advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional for any health concerns or before making any decisions related to your health or treatment. Thank you for joining me here in Gratitude City. May the power of gratitude illuminate your week and guide you towards a life filled with joy, resilience, and endless appreciation. Till our next episode, may the force of gratitude be with you. Stay awesome. And remember, keep that Kaboomski spirit shining bright. I'll see you in Gratitude City. Thanks for being here, guys.